Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back radio show. You can also see the video aspect of it by going to YouTube to Take Your Life Back Today show. I want to talk about 15 ways to get real about your life, God, and your struggles. We all need friends who help us find our way, who have been through similar struggles and know exactly what to say to encourage us when we're down. We need role models to inspire us who are real deal, down to earth, even brutally honest at all times. Sue Eldridge and her friends exemplify this kind of friendship that is possible for all believers, especially in local church environments. They have been encouraging and inspiring God TV viewers for the past 15 weeks on our series, Let's Get Real. And you can learn as much from their friendly banter as from the straight talking. You can now watch the entire series on your local cable on demand. See the list when you go there and pick the topic that fits you best. It's called Let's Get Real. We all struggle with something, and the series will help you overcome most of your struggles. 15 ways to get real. Number one is let's get real about being real. And that is hosted by the Let's Get Real show. Being real means that you share your journey of faith through grief and speak transparently about it. Let's talk about faith at work. The panel discusses sharing one's faith at work and what it means to be a woman of God in the workplace. Irene Nahadu talks about being single and godly, and Krish Kanaday on the strangeness of God. Number three, they talk about marriage. Sue, Allison, and Chris and Mari have an honest discussion about marriage, its ups and downs, making a marriage work, and if it doesn't, Tim talks about the European Leaders Advance, and you can get that, again, go to Let's Be Real on demand. Hearing from God, is that really God's voice speaking to you, or are you just hearing things? Sue, Chris, and Margie and Allison discuss their experiences with hearing the voice of God. And a writer there, Esther Scholl, shares her testimony of walking with God through tragedy. Again, the name of the show is Let's Get Real. About shame, the panel discusses the shame and how it stops believers from fulfilling God's call by shutting down their ability to reach others. Sarah on the show talks about sharing her faith in the mainstream media. Again, the show is Let's Get Real. They talk about being myself. Sue, Allison, and Chris share how believers can walk out their God-given characteristics and personality under the Holy Spirit's guidance. Lynn Swart talks about the work of New Day United. Who inspires us, they talk about. The panel talks about people who made a difference in their lives. Deborah Green of ROC, which is for Redeeming Our Communities, and Richard Gamble of The Wall share their passions and callings. They talk about body image. The panel has a frank discussion on body image, which is really important, my friend, addressing questions like, what do you think when you look in the mirror? Do you really love what you see? Rachel Cole shares how she gives banquets for the homeless. They talk about communication. Guest host Cece Wilson joins the panel to talk about her journey out of the darkness and into the heart of God. Joe Frost of the Evangelical Alliance talks about being a working mom, communication, and faith. They talk about fixing things. The panel discusses the difficulties of balancing of work, families, children, stress, and ministry, and how to find God as a source of balance. Barbie Kumari talks about her book. Her book is called Sacred Sexuality. Let's talk about transitions. The panel asks the question, how do you handle change? They share their own stories of transition and how they coped in tough seasons of life. Larika Davis talks about finding God in a Muslim family. This panel also talked about mental health. counselor, life coach, and pastor Jane Banfield discusses mental health issues with the panel. Sue, Chris, and Cece Allison, and why it's so important for Christians to address this subject. The name of the show is Let's Get Real, and you can find it on your local on-demand channels. They talk about defining moments, what's made you the person you are today. The panel discusses this question, sharing important life choices and how they can impact one's walk with God. Leah Johnson talks about the Love Esther Tour. They talk about women leaders. Sue, Chris, Allison, and Marge share their leadership experiences and discuss the changing roles of women in today's world, both inside and outside the church. Plus, Nikki Grokey, an archdeacon in the Church of England, talks about her experience as a female leader. And last on our list is they talk about identity. The panel discusses, who am I? What shapes my identity? They show understanding God's view of His people that change every day. Matthew Porter talks about the book, The A to Z of Discipleship. Folks, call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And remember, a simple smile to a total stranger can change that stranger's life forever, and it can change yours. Let's be real. Go to your local cable channel and look it up and get it on demand. It's a great show. It inspires you each and every day. Let's be real. Or let's get